Welcome to Watkins Way. I got lucky today. I got a couple of cooks in the kitchen. I got my granddaughter Emma and my daughter Ashley. We're going to be making apple turnovers using a puff pastry. We're using Granny Smith apples. We're going to saute the apples in a little butter and brown sugar. And then we're going to put together our puff pastries and bake them in the oven, probably about 20-25 minutes at 325 degrees. Emma, she's chopping up our apples in little cubes. Ashley over here is peeling and slicing the apples. We want little squares about that thick. And then when she gets done with that, we're going to put them in the skillet with the butter, little brown sugar, saute them. And then in the meantime, I'm going to roll this out just a little bit bigger. Kind of wanted it like foot across, 12 and 12. We're going to cut it in 4 sections, and we're going to make 4 apple turnovers with our puff pastry. And this pastry will just raise up. And what we're going to do when we put it together, we're going to make a little egg wash. Ashley's going to do that. So if you want to stir those up.
What's the egg wash for?
Well, the egg wash is when we cut this in 4 sections, we're going to have 4 apple turnovers. And we're going to take and brush the edges like this, and then when we fold it over, that egg wash will cause it to stick together.
Glues it together?
Glues it together, and then we're going to get a fork, and we'll go around the edges and crimp it. Fork, and then save a little. We don't want to use all the egg wash, we want to save a little bit, because when we get it over here, ready to go in the oven, we want to brush the whole top of the puff pastry.
It'll crisp it up.
And it'll raise up, and it'll be a really golden brown looking color.
Have you ever forgotten the egg wash?
No. And the reason I'm using parchment paper today is normally when you make these apple turnovers, you want to take your apples, put them in the refrigerator for about an hour, let them cool down. But we're not going to do that today. I don't know why. We're not going to do it. We're going to do it the Watkins way. We're just going to put it on here, put it in the oven. It's going to leak out a little bit, and if it leaks out, that's not a big deal. We'll throw the parchment paper away, and that's all we got to do. Okay, Ashley's got these apples cut up. This is about the size we want right here. They cook up faster and they're better in the apple turnover, so I'm going to dump them in. Emma, you're in charge.
Be very careful, that splatters.
So we want to do this way, that way we splash the cameraman, not the cook. Okay? So, all right, now what I want you to do is take their spatula, move them around, and get it all coated with the butter, and then add a little brown sugar to it. And your mom will help you with the brown sugar. I'll drink wine. I gotta, somebody's gonna be the supervisor.
Hey, that's my job.
What, drinking wine? Yeah. Yeah. Not for another 10 years, maybe 20. How you doing on there, Emma? I see they're coming together pretty good.
They're almost done.
And Mom put the brown sugar on already? Yep. Okay, good. So it's only going to take about a minute or 2 to do this. And then we're going to transfer them over here. You're going to see that. We're going to just put a little bit here. First thing we want to do is we want to do the edges with the egg wash here. So I got my little pastry brush here. Okay, Ashley, why don't you go ahead and use the egg wash, kind of paint around the edges. Emma?
Ooh, it's a little snotty. That's good.
Yeah, that's all right.
Seals it pretty tight.
Yep. And then I'm going to put in some apples. And then can you move over there and let me work? We can work around each other, right?
You got it. Yes.
All right. I'm going to fold them over like a triangle.
What? Oh, okay.
So I'm going to fold them over like this.
Oh, triangles, not squares.
Yeah.
That makes way more sense.
And then what you do, you want to get a fork and just crimp these together.
Why not squares?
We did do it the Watkins way. Do it different than what most people do it.
It's like an
And then you want to take a knife. And normally I would have a What'd you do with my little knife?
Oh, I got it.
Where's my pocket knife, huh? So we just want to do a little slit so that it vents a little bit. Okay. And then we're going to do the same thing here. Just gonna fold it over like this. And crimp this. Crimp, 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 crimp. And you want to make a couple slits in that.
Sure.
And then Emma, you want to just kind of move, or you're done, right?
Yeah. Whoop.
So you can just stand there and watch me and correct me if I do something wrong.
Oh, you did
So
something
you just
wrong.
want a little spoonful of apples, that's all you need. And then what we do, we put these in the oven for about 25 minutes, 20 minutes.
What do we do with the extra apples?
We're gonna give them to our cameraman's dog, Roxy.
Make some more.
Roxy likes her apples. Then we're going to make a glaze out of powdered sugar and sour cream, and we're just going to drizzle that over the top when we bring them.
Sour cream?
Yep,
Powdered sugar and sour cream.
yep.
Okay.
And then
I'm
we're,
interested to see what that comes out like.
oh, it's going to be good. And then we're going to,
The powdered sugar will be good.
yep. And we'll do that after we bring them out of the oven. And this, it'll look like it just came out of a bakery. You want to vent that one just a little bit?
All right.
Okay.
Get your spatula cut in there. Oh,
So lay these on here.
you got it. So how long do we put them in the oven for?
About 20, 25 minutes at 325. Now what I want you to do right before they go in the oven is brush the entire pastry with the rest of the egg wash.
Okay.
So I'm gonna move this over here so it's easy for you to do. And just brush it, just, you don't lightly brush the entire pastry. Just like that. And then what you do, Emma, when you're doing that, when they come out of the oven, they'll be really a golden brown color. And this pastry will raise up and it'll be real nice and flaky. And that's our apple turnovers. And then while they're in the oven, we're gonna make a glaze to put on there. All right?
Okay.
And remember, we're using Granny Smith apples. That's the best apple to use. And you just buy your puff pastry, get the frozen puff pastry. I forgot to tell you that. If you get the frozen and let it thaw out just a little bit, it's a lot easier to use than the fresh. So I always get the frozen. I get the Pepper Ridge Farms sheets. So be careful. Sometimes you'll reach up and pull out a puff pastry box just like that, and it won't be sheets. It'll be something else. So I mean, you could use it, but you can't use it for this right here. So we almost got this done. We're going to put it in the oven and use a little bit more of the egg wash from over there. There you go.
I put too much on the last one, so I was wiping some off.
Stay with us. We'll be right back. All right, we got our puff pastries ready for the oven at 325 degrees for about 20-25 minutes. I'm going to set the timer for 20 minutes. I just got it set right here. I'll check it at 20 minutes. If it's not ready, we'll give it another 5 minutes, but it should be ready at 20. Be right back.
Yes.
All right, we're just finishing up our glaze, and actually my daughter over here said that I said sour cream and powdered sugar, which I probably did. I always screw things up like that, but it's whipping cream and powdered sugar.
That's what we're here
And yeah, that's what they're here for. And you just want to get it to a consistency where you can just kind of drizzle it over the pastry, and they're done. So give me my pot holders. This is my pot holder assistant, Emma. So she's gonna hand me those. And here we go.
Oh, those look amazing.
Yeah. All right, there's our apple turnovers with Granny Smith apples. And let's do this. Very good. Actually, it's the first time I've ever done this, so I'm practicing. Emma's probably watching me going, Papa, I know I could do a better job. Think you can do a better job?
Yeah.
All right, you're in charge of the next two. Put it on a little heavier, maybe.
Yeah, it needs more. There you go.
There you go. She's the one that's going to take over my food channel, Watkins Way. She's already told me, you're out.
We've been teaching her to cook since she was about,
Well,
what, 3?
we talked today. I'd set her up on the island at 4 years old. Then we graduated to standing in the chair and cooking. And then we got to where we are today, 8 years later, 4 to 12 years old.
She cooks dinner on her own. We come home, she
Oh, I
gets
know.
out all the ingredients.
Oh, yeah. She's the new Watkins Way girl.
What's your favorite thing to cook, Emma?
Firecracker meatballs.
All right, well, we'll have to do that. We'll do a show doing that, okay?
Okay.
Okay, guys, thanks for watching. Got my daughter here, got my granddaughter here. And please subscribe, hit that bell for notifications, and enjoy these apple turnovers. Take care. Bye, guys. See you later.
Bye.
Everybody
So
say-
good.